may be that you reach for products with this label without giving it a second thought, and that's a good thing because you've come to understand the label means the product is held to a strict set of standards set forth by the USDA. My friend Barb Dietrich of Oley Valley Organics is in the process of organic certification. So Barb, how long have you guys been here on this farm?
Well, we purchased it in October of 2006, and we really started planting and amending the soil in summer of 2007.
2007. So the farm was not certified organic when you guys moved in?
It was not. For years it was a hay field, a little bit of soybeans here and there, and it wasn't farmed organically. You know, sprays like Roundup and things like that were used.
And how did you know that the soil needed amending?
When I first did soil tests to see, exactly what the soil had or needed, I noticed there was no earthworms, and it just didn't look like a living organism like it should look, like healthy soil should look. So what I did was we ordered a lot of spent mushroom soil.
Okay.
Because it needed a lot of extra organic matter, and we tilled that into the ground, and within 2 years there was tons of earthworms now.
Great, so really healthy. When did you start the organic certification process?
Well, we're still in the process of becoming certified, and actually this year hopefully we'll have the inspector come out and finish that up. But when I first researched it back in 2007, I contacted the PCO, the Pennsylvania Certification Organization, just to see what we needed to do and how we should continue to strive to become organic.
Gotcha. Now let's talk about the process itself. It's a matter of paperwork, applications that go in, and then there is an approval process by which inspectors actually come out to the farm?
They do. They come out to the farm. You first submit your paperwork. They go over it, and if everything seems fine and in order, they come out to your farm. They send an inspector. They take soil samples. They take samples from leaves just to see if anything has not been used on the land that should not have been used.
Okay. Barb, are there fees involved?
There are fees involved. The first year you become certified, this is with the Pennsylvania Certification Organization. I know they charge $650 for the first certification fee. After that, there's still a base fee of that, and then they include things such as what it costs per hour, like $40 an hour to have a certifier come out here, their transportation costs and things like that. And also after that first year, they also go by what your gross sales are. Okay. And they take a percentage of that as well. So it can get pretty hefty for some farmers. So it is can be an expensive proposition for some folks.
It's something to consider. Well, it doesn't feel like spring, but I think it's around the corner. So that means you should have some things coming up in the field, right? We
should. Hopefully, when the weather warms up a little bit, we'll have asparagus coming up first.
All right. Well, let's go out to the asparagus plots then. Okay. Take a look.
Great.
So we're in the middle of the asparagus rows. How many rows of asparagus do you have?
We have 33.
33. And it's not uncommon to drive by here at any point in the spring and summer months and see many hands out here working in the asparagus rows because it's an organic farm. And because of that, what does that do to your workload?
Well, we have what we call weeding parties.
I'm putting a positive spin on it.
It is. Well, we hire a lot of local teenagers. And my husband and I, we often help too, of course.
Yeah.
And we come out and there's 15, 20 of us. That's usually a good number. So we can see some progress because it could be quite a lot of weeds.
Sure. And I know too from our place, I mean, you can weed one day and in just one 24-hour span of time, you can see little heads of weeds coming back up. So it is an ongoing process to combat the weeds.
Constantly.
What about pests in organic farming?
There's quite a few pests. We've been fortunate really just to have the asparagus beetle and the asparagus. What we do to combat that is I order ladybugs.
The old predator of the beetle.
Exactly. So and they usually take care of them pretty good.
Great, great. All right, well let's head on over to the strawberries then.
Okay.
This is one huge strawberry patch. When did you guys put the straw down?
About 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks. And why cover the berry plants with straw?
Well, multiple reasons. They're called strawberries for a reason, so they're on straw. But basically it keeps the dirt off the strawberries.
Okay.
Once you get the berries, you don't want them sitting on the dirt. and it also keeps the weeds back.
Good point. If you could let everybody know one or two key things about growing berries organically, what would that be?
Well, it's very important to buy, if you're going to buy organic berries that have fleshy fruit, like a strawberry or a raspberry.
Okay.
There's a lot of nasty chemical products that big commercial growers spray on them, and if it's fleshy, it's going to go right into the fruit.
So
It's not like
thin-skinned?
Thin-skinned. right.
Thin-skinned.
So it's not like an apple where it's a little easier to wash, or an orange where you're peeling, it
Right.
off. It doesn't get soaked into the fruit as much as it would a strawberry or a raspberry.
Wow. All right, well, let's take a look at some of these plants.
Sure. It's been rather cool lately. It's a cool spring. Normally the strawberry plants are up more by now, but you can see they're starting to get ready to pop here as soon as the weather gets warmer.
Oh, sure.
And hopefully in a couple weeks we'll get some warm weather and this will all be green.
Great. And you also have raspberries back there in the corner, right?
We do have raspberries. Yep.
Lots of raspberries.
Lots of
Lots
raspberries.
and lots of raspberries.
Last year we picked about 1,600 pounds.
Oh, wow. And Barb, I noticed some green shoots over there in the strawberry patch as well. I can't believe there's actually something green growing in this cold. So what do you have going on here?
Oh, this is garlic. Last year we planted 1,800 cloves of garlic, so we should hopefully get about 1,600 bulbs of garlic this year.
No vampires here.
No. One reason we like to plant garlic is the deer don't like it. So if we have a companion plant like garlic in with our strawberries, that helps keep the deer population at bay a little bit.
Really? Mm-hmm. So what do you have going on over here then? Is this being...
Yep, we have this field prepped to plant strawberries in here in a couple weeks, as soon as it dries out a little bit more and it's better for planting.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, great. I hope you're successful.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so Barb, once you're certified organic, what do you have to do to maintain that certification, if anything?
Well, every year you have to have an inspector come back, and they will review your records. You need to keep good records of what you put into the soil, what you've used on diseases and things like that. And it all has to be with their set of standards.
Okay.
If not, you can lose your certification.
I see. Well, listen, I was doing all this research online to prepare for this, and I was amazed at how much information is out there on a variety of sites about organic certification. Is there anything that ties it all together? Anything that would make a startup organic farm, make it easier on them?
There is. After I did a lot of research myself, I had come across the Rodale Institute has a form on there. It's about 30 pages long, and it lists everything a certifier is going to want to know about your farm.
Wow. So a great resource.
Yep, great resource.
Use your resources.
Yeah, exactly.
So organic farming, to be certified, is not only about the product or the good that you produce, it's about being a good steward of the land and taking care of the soil.
Exactly.
And if you have animals that inhabit that area, it's about the treatment of those animals in a humane way as well.
Exactly.
Awesome. Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you.